And welcome back to Let's Play Illusion of Gaia. This is episode 7, and I am still TARDIS Man. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know who I am. How did I get here?
An existential crisis in the Let's Play community.
Yeah. My underwear says my name is Jin, but I'm not sure if that's right. I mean, they are really, really tight and kind of skimpy. There's no crotch, so I'm not really sure what's going on anymore.
And that's more than I needed to know. So last time we beat the shit out of some buff as hell lizard dudes in a diamond mine, not an iron mine, and saved a whole bunch of slaves, gave away a prison key, got a song in return. It was good fun.
Our soul is still tarnished from the last whole, slave trading thing that we got involved in, so I still feel kind of bad.
Now, if you don't stand in the right position, Will's lower body is just cut off by the table. And it looks really weird, so I'm trying to get in a position where you can actually see Will, but get too close and...
Why would it matter? I want him to be cut in half.
Okay, that's about as good as you can get. And it still looks really weird.
I'd much prefer to just see his, upper and lower half get separated.
Well, then you should have seen take 1, where I reset it for reasons passing understanding.
Well, fuck.
Yeah. You're back in the womb because you're a baby, Eric.
That's...
You're a fetus. You're a fetus in a sweatsuit.
How does he even remember that? Who remembers that?
I don't know. Yeah, you were raised in South Africa. Be proud, kid.
Oh, please. That's what fathers with armies do.
Well, it is awful when someone loses their life. You know, I watch Gunbuster, and I watch entire ships getting blown up by aliens, and well, no, Seth is not alright. Seth is dead. He was eaten by a fish. He's probably lower digestive tract by now. Eric sets me off, if you couldn't tell.
He's your goob.
Goob. Oh, anyways. So, Lance's memory is back. Woo,
right.
Woo fucking who. How have you been,
Yeah.
Jin?
What's up?
How have you been?
Actively repressing the horrible things we do for Red Jewels.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up earlier, by the way.
Of course. I have been playing the new Wolfenstein game.
Yeah, how's that been so far?
Well, you can dual-wield shotguns in it, and every time you die there's a loading screen with a random German quote about how steel is the best thing ever.
Yeah, fair enough.
Google Translate is sometimes actually useful.
Well,
Oh boy, it's Neal. Yeah, because there's only one person named Neal in the world, Will. God.
Exactly. Fucking...
I'm sure there's only one Neal who's an inventor, but still, that's a pretty fucking wide net you're casting. You're gonna get there's gonna be some guy covered in blood and semen and God knows what else.
Well, then you know that they're related anyway.
No, Will's pretty sane. He'd be related to Eric then.
Is he wearing a onesie with a hood?
Yes. Neal is one of my people.
Great. Who the fuck is Will? Oh, broke down the door. Alright, that works too.
No, he didn't break down the door. The door didn't explode.
Well, it sounded like he kicked it in. See,
Neal,
he's got
how you
really
doing?
strong because he fucking kicked down the door. That's how he knew he was strong. He's stronger. Before he could only kick in the, dog flap.
Hey. The proper way to say that is earthy. He smells earthy. The part of the earth that happens to be covered in manure.
Oh my god. You know what? When I made a joke about the onesie with a hood, I was kidding.
Then you saw the rest of his sprite.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know.
I
I like that Neal and Lance bond over how long they've been wearing their socks. When I'm pretty sure that Kara has been wearing hers just as long.
Yeah, but Kara doesn't want to admit that. She's ladylike.
Hey. We had some clear character development. You couldn't mistake her for one of the island girls at this point. Now I'm supposed to go around and check out his stuff. He apparently has a camera. And a footstool. Or that's either
it up.
That's either a footstool or a dick in the box.
I'm pretty sure it's a dick in the box. Dude, that guy has a huge dick then.
Step 1. Got a hole in the box. You can't talk to Lily. Damn shame.
I'd like to point out the fact that he does have a telescope pointed out, and I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be pointed... Like, with that get-up, it could be pointed at the stars, or it could be pointed at his neighbor's house.
So what, is he going like Jimmy Stewart, rear winder?
I think you need to drink more.
I do need to drink more.
Drink more.
My tolerance is to shit because I don't drink.
It's pitiful. But then again, don't you drink like straight vodka?
No, I mix it with Coke.
So is it like 1 part Coke and like 9 parts vodka?
It's like 3 parts Coke, 5 parts vodka. I usually have to refill the thing when I run out of drink because I have more Coke.
Because, honest to God, I can just imagine... No, I'm not going to make another Boyhood joke, because I feel as though that would be lost amongst most people.
That was a movie.
It's an indie movie.
That was a movie where there was a guy who didn't like squash. Oh man, we're going to the Nazca ruins.
Yeah, it's...
Okay, that makes no fucking sense. Cygnus? That's the Tower of Babel. What?
What?
I don't know. This entire area, like, this game actually has a pretty fucking hilarious train wreck of a translation.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because in all honesty, after a while I stopped paying attention to what they're talking about because I get lost.
Oh, trust me, I've played this game like 5-6 times, I get lost. I don't know how they managed to draw the line between... Oh, it's only a week away from here. No, I don't know how they draw a line between, oh, there's a new star in Cygnus, let's go check out the Nazca drawings.
Oh, so no matter how many times you say no, it'll force you to say yes?
Yeah, no, I wanted to say no so I could say something, so I could see what Lily had to say. See if everyone's dialogue is the same, because, you know, I'm weird like that.
Yeah, well, you know. But apparently he's like, do you want to go? No. Are you sure you don't want to go? Yeah, I'm sure I don't want to go.
Are you sure? Okay. It's Nazca. It's a week away from here, a week out in the desert with Eric.
That just means we can bury him in the sand and no one would care. No one would ever find
I was
that
drinking
fat
then.
fuck. You know, this is where he murders all 5 of you and, like, bathes in your guts. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a pit of fire somewhere over there that...
Pan off to the right, there's a burning sand crawler.
Yep.
That was last week. Or 2 weeks ago. Yeah. No, 3 weeks ago, because you had to take the week to get back there. Math is hard. Math and travel time is hard. And Eric is scared of the bird in the ground.
This is... Really? Oh, I remember this.
You remember this part?
Yes.
And how hilarious kind of bullshit it was?
Dude, name any part of this game, and I will probably say the same thing about it anyway.
Okay,
it's
no, the
Incan bullshit.
The Incan ruins was awesome.
Were awesome.
Whatever. They were a thing that happened to be awesome. And it actually, you know, was kind of fun, because, you know, Incans, you know, that's kind of a badass civilization that disappeared.
Were the Inca actually badass? I don't remember.
I don't know. They had those gold statues standing everywhere, so I'm just assuming they were badass.
Okay, to Wikipedia.
Alright, well, apparently Will has a stick up his ass, according to Kara.
Well, she would know. She probably put it there.
Ooh, weird things happen on that raft.
And now I feel kind of bad again.
What?
God. You remind me of all the worst parts of this game.
Okay, the raft was just boring. It wasn't actively hostile.
No. But it brought us... You know what it did? It brought us back to Eric.
No, but it was also awesome because it reminded us that somewhere out there, Lance and Lily were watching the same sunset, along with Eric just sitting off in the background. The fuck? Gas mask ghost. Chase him. Gotta chase him!
Well, you kind of fucked that up.
Yeah. That's actually...
Are there more of them? Do they respawn?
No, that's just something you gotta do to trigger stuff. After you see the gas mask ghost fly off, then everyone goes back to Neal. Lance is, you know, contemplating how pitiful his life is.
You know.
Everyone is back, Neal. God damn it. I'd like to point out that Eric points out the 1,000-year-old riddle that no one else bothered to look at. Hey, this bird looks like a bird in the sky. Maybe they based it on the bird in the sky.
You know.
Look, they even placed rocks where the stars were in the sky. This is a great mystery, oh my god.
Yeah, well...
I really should tell you how fucking pitiful this riddle is. Alright, where's the extra star? It's below Condor's left foot.
Okay, well, damn, knowledge.
Yeah, that's from, like, 10 years of brute forcing that puzzle, because I never bothered to check where, you know, the stars actually were on Cygnus.
Are you supposed to? Like, is this supposed to be something that forces you to go to the library?
It did once or twice. And by go to the library, I mean I asked my mom, hey mom, do you know what Cygnus is? No. Okay, then I'm gonna go look on the internet. No. Can I use the encyclopedia? No.
Your mom was just anti-you learning about Cygnus.
Yeah. How the hell did Will's flute touch it? Oh, okay.
You know what? Who knows?
Yeah, it's my fist on your head.
I was gonna say, it could... Well, no, I could make a dick joke.
No, it's the next dungeon. It's the Nazca Sky Garden.
Oh look, another gas mask ghost.
Yep.
Punch it.
No.
Punch it.
Now, here's the... Okay, so do you know what this is supposed to be a reference to?
What?
It's supposed to be a reference to the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just something to... food for thought. And it's also actually a pretty fun dungeon. It's got a really cool gimmick to it.
Oh yeah? What's the gimmick?
Well, as the guy just said, drop off to find another world. There's actually two sides to the dungeon.
Oh, so there's the top side and there's the underside, or what's up?
And enemies are slightly different based on what side you're on. Like, they're actually a bit more aggressive on the other side of the dungeon. This is actually where one of my favorite enemies in the entire game is. And I think you'll be able to tell which one it is. Oh, and also, no matter where you go, since you're flying around in the sky... Oh, here it is! Yeah, those guys are awesome. I call them explodey worms.
And...
That's all they do. They shuffle...
Oh, no. I was actually looking at the dudes that shoot electricity from their face.
Oh, those guys, I don't know, I call them a zinger.
Really, because my first thought is Gypsy Danger from Pacific Rim.
I call them a zinger because they shoot, because they have rocket fists.
I'll do it. I love how those things just passed by you without really bothering.
That's because I had an invincibility frame during my jump attack. Get fucked, Zinger Z.
You know. I love how they have a moment where they just kind of shudder.
And then they explode.
Yeah. Because legitimately, if I were playing this game, I'd continue swinging until they fell over.
No, I really enjoy those guys just because they make more explosions, and that just makes it entertaining. There's the only red jewel in the dungeon, I believe. There may be one more that I forgot about, but...
I'd hope you didn't forget about any of them.
No, later in the video. This is actually, like, this dungeon and the next dungeon are the last of the permanently missable rituals. After that, then we're on one continent for the rest of the game. Alright, now this part, I fucking adore these monsters.
Why's that?
Well, because they're the same thing as the ones from above, but all the monsters here have different things. Like with them, the fists return to them, so you can actually get hit twice. And the bomb and the explodey worms explode instead of dropping down in like a U shape. They explode in a random formation. And it just gets really chaotic when you kill like 2 or 3 of them at the same time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because you'll have like 10 or 20 bombs all falling on you at once.
Do they do damage to the other enemies as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Trust me, they'd be even more my favorite enemies if they did that.
Yeah, because they can shell each other.
Yeah. And as you can tell, I'm kind of getting fucked up right now. Sky Garden? Well, it is one of my favorite dungeons just design-wise. It can get pretty difficult.
Especially when you've been drinking heavily, like, you know.
Yeah. Last time we did this, was I drunk ever when we were streaming it or not?
No, I'm pretty sure you were stressed out, but not drunk.
Okay. Right, now I think the first time I ever did a stream drunk was during Secret of Evermore.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was, because I was just laughing at every reference like a babbling idiot.
I was gonna say like a small child laughs at dick jokes.
Hey. I'm no longer a small child, and I still laugh at dick jokes.
You do.
Alright, here's one of the last enemies of this area. It's just a possessed sword. It doesn't technically count as an enemy. It doesn't drop a gem. It doesn't count against the EXP meter of enemies that you have to kill before you get the upgrade. It's just there.
Alright.
The only purpose it really serves is that it's something you have to destroy in order to move the statue, and the statue's usually blocking something important.
Yeah.
Like a chest, a ramp. Oh, by the way, were you missing the awesome badass ramp mechanic?
The what? The what mechanic?
The awesome badass ramp jumping mechanic?
A little bit.
Because it's back full force in this dungeon.
You mean where where essentially you could have a half pipe if you really wanted to?
No, not a half pipe. Like badass jumps where you go flying across the map.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. That's back full force, this dungeon.
You know.
I actually really like how they managed to give each dungeon its own thing.
Well, credit where credit is definitely due.
Also, I like the art design of the dungeon.
Yeah, it does look interesting for sure.
Also, just thinking that we're flying over shit is awesome. There needs to be more flying dungeons. Like, I know Zelda does one every couple games.
Yeah, but you know.
That's Zelda. If they don't have awesome badass dungeons, then they're doing something wrong. That's what my problem was with Majora's Mask.
You know, you're talking to someone who never ended up playing any of those.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the system for it.
Gotta love them sidestep mechanics.
Oh yeah. Now, do they use that sprite like all that often, or was that just one of those things that they put in there like, it'll be awesome, we'll have him sneak around, okay, we'll just use it once because we don't have time.
I think it's like one of those things where, like, they didn't really need there wasn't any need for a stealth mechanic, because, like, if you wanted to have, like, a stealth mechanic when you were sneaking out of the castle, that would have just been detrimental. It would have gotten in the way of the rest of the game. It would have killed the pacing.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, Will is ready for the X Games.
God, I fucking love the jump mechanic. Alright, behind that statue, this time the statue isn't blocking a ramp, it's blocking a Gaia space.
So you can go in there and potentially turn into Badass McSexy?
Yeah. And remember, Badass McSexy has his badass fireballs.
It's true. Now, here's my question. What do other people see when they go into that room? Is it just an empty room?
It's just an empty room. Only Will can see the dark space.
So, here's I guess my other question. You know in video games when they have, like for first-person shooters, they'll have a room that just spawns dudes and it's like an empty room? With maybe like a sack of potatoes?
Yeah.
Do you think that's what it actually is? Like there's a dark space save point there or something and they just couldn't see it?
And they're just murdering Will over and over again?
Yep.
Probably.
I'll be okay with that.
I've missed this. I have missed Badass McSexy. Fine, free to. I've also missed Dark Friar. Because Dark Friar is the best fireball attack. Alright, and we are... Alright, gotta kill another crazy exploding worm, as I call them.
You know, you do that.
Not entirely sure why I call them crazy exploding worms, but... whatever. Gotta kill a... How about this? We call the blue ones Gypsy Danger, we call the red ones Mazinger.
Dude, I didn't argue about that. You call them whatever the hell you want.
That's what I'm gonna call them. So help me God if you disagree with me.
Well, at least I now know that we've killed everything.
Yeah. At least on the top side. There's actually a lot of upgrades in this dungeon since there's a top side and a bottom side to every room.
Fair enough.
We still have a few monsters left on the bottom side, I believe.
Oh god.
Yes! Oh my god! Oh man, that's the good shit. Alright. Like I said, Sky Garden's game's kind of stepping it up a little bit in the Sky Garden. Next dungeon, the game completely steps it up and will start kicking your ass.
You know, like it's probably supposed to.
Yeah. Sky Garden, but on the other hand, Sky Garden has the most straightforward boss. Like, there's no gimmicks, it's just a straight damage rush.
Yeah. Oh goody.
We found another crystal ball.
Whee! Now we can lie to New Age hippies about their future and make short, small change off of them.
Sweet. We've got 2 of them now, so,
We could become a franchise fortune-telling business.
Yeah. We're no longer a local business, we are now a small chain. By the end of the dungeon, we'll upgrade to franchise, because you have to find 4 crystal balls.
At least 4.
We just need 5. Yeah, at least 4 is where you get upgraded to franchise.
Okay. Oh, so speaking of which...
Yes.
I think I've mentioned that I have been, hanging out on the Bungie.net forums here and there.
Yeah.
And I always find it really funny that shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, 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 shimmy.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Oh, man.
Pretty
I
much.
think that's pretty much the only time you see that spread of free dance.
Which I think is terribly underused.
It's incredibly underused.
But long story short, people are already talking about Destiny 2, and I find it almost infuriating that the first one's not even out yet.
Alright, well, that's where we're gonna end it for this episode.
Woot.